it pisses me off more than anything. And I don't really have like an exception for that. So like I hate when anyone does that. That's just like a personal preference to me. It almost feels like instead of talking with me about something, you just like brought it up yourself. So hi. Okay. I need to make sure I at least say something before I kind of pass out for a little bit. I'm a little bit behind in my assignments, but I just have so much work all the time now that I can't even like focus on one particular assignment. The other thing is, I swore I put my memory card, my like 60 gig memory card with like hella videos on it, in this phone, and now I can't find it. And if somebody finds it, I mean, it won't be that bad, but it just depends on who would find it. Like, if my teacher were to find it, I don't have, like, Okay, so I'm pretty sure I was careful and, like, I didn't, like, take it out and, like, do anything with it at school. But the problem is I keep, like, switching bags and doing stuff, and I bring my laptop to school. So I don't know if I took it out and left it on the desk, but I'm really freaked out about that, and I kind of need it so I could have more memory. Like, some of the videos are saved on my external, but the problem is I don't know what the hell I did with this freaking memory card, and I don't even know where the SD card is, but I swear I remember taking out the micro SD from the SD card and putting it back in the phone, and I opened my phone and checked, and it wasn't there. Anyways, I'm like super stressed out, and I feel like I'm like getting all these symptoms of like PMS basically. And I'm just not at the same I'm not on fleek right now. I'm really not. Like, everything is a mess, and I still have to turn in some assignments today. And yeah, hopefully I'm gonna take a quick nap and wake up and I'll be okay. But yeah, bye. Hi. Okay, I'm trying out this new little mic thing, and I finally found my memory card for my phone, but like I'm still doing some weird thing with my memory. I'm basically trying to put everything on the external, but then the external doesn't want to listen to me when I'm trying to like import stuff to iMovie or save iMovie stuff. So, well, I'll still probably need help by the time this goes up. But yeah, I just been having problems with that. Anyways, I hope this is working. But I have like so much to catch up on, and like I've been so sick, and I still haven't figured it out. Like, I'm pretty sure it's just like PMS, like it's just gonna keep happening, but it's just I never know if I'm actually sick or if that's what it is, because I've been actually sick. Like, when I was gonna come drive from California to Texas, I got sick, but I thought I was just like nervous about coming here, but no, I actually was like really sick and like took medicine and stuff. So I didn't drive that much, but I was like dying when like we drove. Anyways, damn, I feel like I'm missing like hella stuff. Like, I've been so busy with school. Like, I don't know if I've ever been like this busy. Like, I have 2 days of the week where I don't go to class, and I still have an assignment due every day. Because it's like, one day I'll have an assignment due, I'll do that one, but then the next day I have to do the next assignment. And then if I'm even slightly behind on any assignment, because some of the stuff's kind of lenient, like some of it's like going while other stuff is going, So it's gonna be like a long week. It's gonna be a long semester, but it's also gonna be a long week. But there's just been like crazy stuff happening, and I guess I'm gonna really try to take this weekend to just do all the videos I have to do. I'm like, look, I have like a new like whiteboard that I think I showed you guys if I can get my videos together. And then yeah, on my whiteboard it's just like there's too much stuff. But I think this weekend, once I get work done, I'll have a little bit of time to like chill. So I think my favorite things are going to the mall, shopping. So hopefully I'll do that. And I have like quite a few stories, but I feel like I'm gonna have to switch to my phone because I'm really like, I go from either I don't really have an appetite or I only have an appetite for specific stuff, like, you know, salty and chocolatey, whatever. That's why I'm like, I'm probably about to start my period. Anyways, so yeah, my hair's actually been working out well with this braid out for like a couple days. And then so I have like, I don't even know if I could say all the stories yet. I don't know how much I'm missing. Like, I think I'm gonna edit until like my fingers fall off, and then I might add some more of what's missing, because I know I got cut off yesterday because I couldn't find my memory cards, and that was so stupid. It's like, you know, when you empty your backpack and you like shake everything out and then you keep checking the pocket, it was just in one of the folds in the pocket. Like, I literally shook out the whole backpack because I spilled some Cheetos in there. And then like I just went back and I was like, girl, that's how you know you need rest. When you can't see stuff that's in front of you. The only thing that sucks is I need to keep being like basically 24/7 with these classes, and that's hard when I want to go to sleep all the time. Like, I've been wanting to go to sleep this whole week, and it's like so weird because I went from like super on everything totally together to like I just want to drop out of school. Like George kept saying that I was saying that, and I was like, that's because it's slightly true. Like, I literally can't, like I don't know what would be the next step if I actually did that, but everyone always gets mad at me when I exaggerate. Is it like an American thing? Like, oh my gosh, like, I want to drop out of school or whatever. Like, I know, I mean, I guess because there's a little bit of seriousness in it for me, that's probably why he got mad. Man, I got some like low-key like juicy stuff to say, but I don't even know. Like, it's just like kind of low-key, but I don't know what to eat. Here's gonna be the good part about me finally fucking like catching up with my freaking vlogs, is that when I ask you guys a question, you'll actually be able to give me an answer. No one's answering my like stalker questions, which is like fine because it kind of went away, at least like for now. And then but I always seem to need you guys' help, and then that's when I'm like super behind in the vlogs. But when I'm like doing nothing, I don't really need anybody's help, and I upload them on time. So basically, once I catch up, it shouldn't be that hard to just do it like at the end of the day or the next morning. So it's what, February 5th, and I'm still like on the end of January. So the problem I'm having is like some of my files are on Google Drive and some of them are on my phone and some of them are on the micro SD for the phone. So I guess what I kept doing is when I was editing it, I would take out the micro SD, put it into my computer, and then oh yeah, I would film more videos with my phone, so it would go to the internal memory. And so that was like, I just messed myself up. And then so some of the videos went into the cloud, but some of them didn't. So basically I have to go back into the phone and make sure that there's no videos from that day from the internal, the external, and the cloud. It's like not that bad, it's just that like I get so confused by my own stuff. Like, you know when you're like writing and you can't even read your own writing? That's basically like what I'm doing with these videos. Like, I decided not to name them because the way they have it seems like it's easier to just go that way. I know the date instead of putting like, oh, vlog 1 part 1, vlog 1 part 2, blah 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 blah. I stopped doing that, and then so it makes sense, except I don't know what the freak I was doing that day. Like, I just kept trying to get the video no matter what, whether it was internal, external, or on this computer. I don't even know where my camera is right. I do know where it is, but like, I haven't even taken out my camera and filmed, which probably would have made more sense. But the problem is, like, it's harder for me to go around because there's like hundreds of people now, and I don't know like how to vlog for real yet. I don't think, or I'm really comfortable with my phone, so I don't know if I'm gonna switch. Man, I gotta remember just the little stuff mostly from yesterday and today, and then I'm gonna get into that story. But I'm like scared that I'm missing a day in my vlogs, and it's like freaking me out because I was like, I think I remember doing something. So one or some of my vlogs might be just food and me talking over the food, because I promised I would at least vlog every day. I'm not gonna promise uploading every day because we see how that went, but if anybody is watching, yeah, things are like roller coastering. Everything is roller coastering. Like, everything I thought was cool, just, I don't know. But I guess it's good and bad, but everything's just like this, and my brain is just like this, and even the weather is like hot. I don't even know what to wear. Like, literally today I wore like faux Charlene hoodie, my favorite little like furry hoodie, and then like this, and some jeggings and some flats. It's like, wouldn't you think with the like faux Charlene you'd wear like boots, and then like, I don't know. But this is gonna be the longest semester of my life, but when I finish the semester, it's gonna feel amazing, because this one of these classes is so difficult that I literally like have made it a priority, and it's exhausting. Like, and it's like one of those classes where like you can't just turn in something. It has to be like you review and review and review and review. And that's actually 2 of my classes. Only one of my classes is kind of easy, but you still have to kind of pay attention. It's just like a basic cut and dry, turn in your assignment, read your book. So that one I feel okay in. But I'm sorry, I get really scatterbrained and just, I don't know. I felt like I needed to at least do an explanation before I go find some food, because then like then it would literally just be food, because I had some food earlier, and then it would be more food and me not saying anything. So I'm gonna figure out anything that's missing, and then if I have to post it in tomorrow's vlog, then I will. I feel like this is a housekeeping video because my life is a mess. Yeah, no, but it's getting better. Apparently the TV and the bulletin board are working very well, because I've been more productive than I've ever been in college. Like, every combination of thing I'm doing now is mostly working. I'm gonna explain in a bit, like, the part that's not working as well as I thought, I guess, or I don't know. I'm gonna like ask you guys about it when I get words out of this thing. And I was gonna ask you guys what to eat, but obviously like you won't see this video for a while. But you can still recommend something for me. I just ate Mexican food earlier. The only reason I'm getting takeout these last couple days is because I really don't want to make myself sick, if that makes sense. You know what? I'm low-key gonna get In-N-Out. I'm gonna get In-N-Out because I haven't had a burger in forever. And I made my fries, but they just come out kind of like whatever. I need to improve my fries. So, I really like Mexican food, Asian food. To be honest with you, there's very few foods that I have tried that I haven't liked. Actually, I don't. The only thing I'm picky about is like the yolk, the egg yolk. I don't like that much, but I mean, I would eat it if it was in something good. It's been good before. It's just picky. Anyways, I'm gonna go find something. I think I'm gonna go to In-N-Out, to be honest with you. In-N-Out sounds delicious. And then I think I'm literally gonna go to the grocery store and just get like juice, cause I don't really have like juice right here. And though water is good, I also need to get some water. So yeah, water is good. Oh, I just realized I have a huge juice I got earlier from the Mexican food place. So maybe I'll just drink that and drink water. Anyways, I'm probably gonna get a milkshake, and In-N-Out is cheap as F, which is like, praise Jesus. Okay, I'm just gonna go. Hi, so I'm now on the way to In-N-Out. Okay, so it's probably gonna take me like 15 minutes or so. I haven't decided when I'm gonna tell this story because it kind of involves my roommate, so I should tell it now, but obviously I don't want to be out at night. I'm just gonna go through the drive-through, and then hopefully there won't be a lot of people. Probably yes, because it's like Friday, but it's still like not too late. It's like 8. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. Maybe I'll vlog like in line or something, you know, behind like 50 cars. Hi. Okay, so I got my In-N-Out right here, and so I got a cheeseburger, which is actually really rare because for some reason I've never particularly liked cheeseburgers. I guess I'm just like a simplistic person. And yeah, so I haven't eaten a cheeseburger. I look like a weirdo because I'm in my car, but like I don't want to say this in my apartment because I see like that my roommate's there, so it'd be really awkward if I was like, well, I've done it before, but like now I'm trying to make sure like I don't say anything weird because things are going pretty well. Okay, so yeah, let me give you the lowdown. Okay, so I've been sick for the past few days, and so I've mentioned it like several times, but I'm just gonna chalk it up to period pains because yeah, like a month ago, you know, I felt the same way. I felt very sick, so I'm planning to get a physical to see if this is like normal, but I mean, I'm sure a doctor wouldn't even know because nobody really knows the span of like anyone's period, really, you know, like science is not that great in that area. If I were to do research in a medical field, I would probably do it in that, especially, well, I mean, everybody gets affected by it, you know, but just like, I just need some more answers. Anyways, besides my medical research field rant, I've mostly been in bed. So George has been like super good about like helping me, but like the other thing is like he's been distracting me. So I hate to say that too, but I think I'm inherently a selfish person after my first couple boyfriends and now this last guy I dated, that like I actually put some like effort in, but like mentally I wasn't ready to date someone. So I should have already known from that I shouldn't try to date anyone else. And I don't think I'm mentally ready to date now. I'm a lot better. Like, I'm a lot better than last semester. Like, I don't remember what videos I have on here, but last semester I was pretty much a mental case. Let me actually eat. I was pretty much a mental case. And this is really good. You know, I don't really like In-N-Out that much, but I feel like my body has a timeline of it has to go in and out at some point. Even though I don't really like it. But it tastes good now. Maybe I'll switch over to the cheeseburger. Okay. Did you hear that? Yeah. Probably should make sure the door is locked. Okay. Hold up. Also, I was gonna get a milkshake, but I decided not to. Okay, so past few days I've been sick. George has been super, super good about it. I literally didn't want to go to school. I almost didn't make it to class, but the thing that convinces me to go is like I need to rack up classes, so toward the end when we don't really have lectures necessarily, but when we have more like leniency, then I'll let myself, chill. But right now, since this is like the crucial time where they're announcing stuff and we have to do certain things and whatever, I really just need to show up and get, my points for attendance, even if I feel like death. So it wasn't like that bad, but it was just like this feeling of I couldn't get up in the morning. I couldn't go to sleep at night. I'm still kind of having those feelings. It was like extremely hard for me to get up in the morning. And yeah, so shoot, I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything. School has just been school. Nothing too crazy has happened there. I've just moved on with the whole class thing. My teacher came up to me and she was like, hey, you should come talk to me and make sure like that you can take other classes with your major. And she was being helpful. So other people have explained to me like the professors that I get really mad at or who like hurt my feelings are actually trying to help me. And I get that, but you don't have to tell me who I am when you're helping me. You just met me. You can just say your piece and then move on. Like, she just went from like super extreme to like super chill. So now it's like obviously I have to meet with her because I want a good grade in the class. That's like my freaking story of my life for every class. It's like, oh, I have to do this and I have to go do that. Whatever. Anyway, so that's the only thing that happened school-wise. I've been a bit friendlier with my classmates, and I think people are getting to know me a lot more. Which is like, here's the other thing I don't get, is a lot of people expect me to be like this all the time, like on, like, I just met you, oh my gosh, let me tell you my whole life. And it's like, that's not my personality, and I don't care if that's someone else's personality. I'm open to it, but I can't relate to that because I don't know if it's like my introvert part of me, but like I have to like protect myself because I like overanalyze a lot of stuff. So it's like if I say something, I'm even thinking about something I said like 2 weeks ago, I think. Last week or 2 weeks ago. I can't even tell. That's how like crazy school is getting. But like I can't even tell what people mean, like what other people mean. So then when I say something, I'm like, oh my gosh, what if they thought I meant this and this? I just have a long list of reasons why like I don't like, I'm just not open at first. I'm like I have to like bloom. I have to like do it step by step. I'm like a step by step person. That's why I'm in graduate school, because I could teach myself, but like where am I going? Like there has to be some type of boundary. This program is 2 years. That's the perfect amount of time to get my academic stuff together. That's cool, but this is supposed to be inspiring me to like take my own steps in my career, basically. So anyways, I came to graduate school because I want to be like a little kid. I like to be taught step by step, and I like to be taught by someone who's already like done stuff. I don't like to teach myself and just like figure it out like after, And so that's what's difficult. What the heck? I probably look like such a weirdo. Okay, hold on. Okay, so let me explain what happened last night before I like try to go inside, because there's a lot of people passing by. I think I like broke the straw on this. Okay, so George came over a few days ago and brought me food. I don't know if I even got to say that. I feel like I've been in a daze. That's why I said I'm not even sure if I vlogged every day this week. He brought some food over that was really, really cute and everything. But like also, I'm like the type of person that needs like space. And I'm probably scaring this little boy's life. Okay, I'm the type of person that needs a lot of space. Clearly, right? And it takes me a while to get used to stuff. So with that in mind, and with what I told you like about my exes, I don't really feel like comfortable, like how do I say it? Like I'm really selfish. So because I was exhausted from all these boys before, I'm bringing that into right now, which is like my priority is graduate school. I came here for school. I kind of see guys as a distraction. So this whole thing with George. Okay, so George came over, brought me food. It was really cute. We watched Family Guy. That was a couple days ago. Then like he wanted to see me the next day, and I was like, no. So we didn't see each other for, I think it was like 2 days. 2 days we didn't see each other. And then he was like, hey, like, do you want me to come over and like make like a pasta or something? And I was like, okay, sure. So he brings the pasta last night, and he brings his pasta and we're supposed to cook it together. And I told him like I don't feel well, I'm tired, but we could eat together. All I have is potatoes, like actual food. And he's like, okay, he'll bring pasta and salad. So it was really good, you know, pasta and salad. And he used some sauce that I don't even know. Like my brain cells die when I'm like in this part of my cycle. Like I'm really slow normally, but it's like I can't even think of like stuff. Okay. So so he brings over the pasta and the salad, and I'm really, 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 really irritated. Like I'm super irritated with him. So you know how they say you pass the honeymoon stage and you're just kind of like you're bothered by each other? I think that's the stage we're in, but like I'm really selfish, so I feel like I just want to be by myself all the time, like honestly. Like we'll see how I feel after like my cycle like changes, you know, over like this next week, I guess. But seriously, like I'm so annoyed. So let me tell you what happened that was like kind of representative why I get annoyed. I guess, okay, one of the reasons I get annoyed is because he's always like, I have this problem with all my international friends now, is like they're always like, oh, I love your hair, or like I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times is fine, but like he keeps asking me stuff, and it's like, to me it's like a touchy subject to me. Well, because he just keeps asking why I'm doing stuff, and it's frustrating explaining it to him, even though I know like he literally doesn't know. I guess I just feel like having a guy is like one responsibility, but it's like it's just a little bit exhausting, you know? And I feel like he's always like judging me for stuff in a way. So let me present that situation to you. So we're making pasta and salad, and I'm really not feeling like making pasta and salad. But I said, okay, I'm really hungry, but I also don't have an appetite for anything. Like I didn't want to get up and make anything. So I said, you know, of course I'm like grateful that he like brought stuff. So then my roommate, she has actually been trying to introduce me to her bae, I guess. Yeah, she wants to introduce me to her bae. I was telling George about this, that I was telling him like, oh, like we're kind of progressing. I feel like since her birthday, like we've been progressing, but the problem is like I'm home like all day, but she only comes home like after she works in her lab like all night. Like she's usually busy. But I mean like when we see each other, we're like, hey, what's up, blah blah blah. We say one or two things. We've had a couple talks where we talk really long, but when we kind of first moved in, so we haven't really talked that much. But we text and we're like, okay, did you pay this bill or whatever? When we run into each other, we just talk about little stuff. So everyone always asks me, when they come in, they're like, hey, like, how are you and your roommate? I'm really awkward with my roommate because we don't talk that much and there's a bit of a language barrier. Just a little bit. Like, you know? So I guess George took that as like, oh, I don't get along with my roommate or whatever. I guess that's how it came off as, because if you, I think I have mentioned it before, like, it was just really awkward and I didn't know what to do. So things have been going well now. Like, we didn't sit there and like talk for a long time before, but I can already tell it's like a better feeling. So I guess he said like, oh my gosh, like, it's so awkward. So when he finally like met my roommate, like we were like in the kitchen another time, not last night but before, and then like he introduced himself, and then I guess he was like expecting me to say stuff. I don't know what he was expecting me to say. Like when she comes, I'm just like, hey, I usually like her outfit because she has cute clothes. And then, like, that's it. Like, what the fuck does he want me to say, like, in front of him? Like, oh, hey, the rent. Yeah, it was due. Like, I guess that's what bothers me. So, I'm still going backwards, right? Okay. Yeah, I look creepy as F because people keep walking by. Okay, so, then, here, let me tell you this. So, we're making the pasta and salad, and yeah, my roommate has been wanting to introduce me to her bae, and I don't know if it's because she got introduced to George, so you know, it's just like whatever. But apparently he wanted to meet me, and I was never home when she was home, but she would say like, oh, my friend's coming over, whatever. So I would kind of disappear, but I'm always in my room anyway. I'm always in my room. Before it was more editing videos, blah blah. Last semester, I was literally just like asleep. Just asleep the whole semester. I swear to God, like on YouTube and asleep. It's funny that now I got a TV. I'm not even home that much, which is why I didn't want a TV in the first place. But anti-ways. Let me get to it. Okay, we're making the pasta and salad. I text my roommate, hey, like, me and George are here. You know, he's about to come over soon. Just in case you're there or, like, you need some type of warning or whatever. So, she's like, okay, cool. Like, actually, my bae is coming over. He really wants to meet you. So, oh, yeah. First she said she's gonna be back at 9. Then she said she thinks her friend's gonna come over around that time too. So the other thing that was like, I don't know, I'm so irritable I was yesterday. I was so irritated because it's like we were making dinner and he just like was leaving stuff around, and like it reminds me of my brothers. Like, either I put it away or throw it away. Like, I don't like to like have things sitting there like, oh, I still need to put my shit away. I just realized that. That's disgusting. And that, oh my gosh. I just realized I left that there since yesterday. That's disgusting. Wait, I thought I went in the kitchen though. Whatever the fuck. I don't know. Now I gotta go clean the kitchen. So anyways, that's why I don't like leaving stuff, because I forget. And then like food is not something you can forget. Like, it needs to be put away or whatever. So he was like, oh, just leave it there. And then he's like, oh, put the dishes in the dishwasher. But I don't want to put 3 dishes in the dishwasher. That's a huge waste of water. And the other thing is, the first time we used the dishwasher, it like malfunctioned and like it stunk for like a month. Literally a month. So even though like the guy said it was fixed, I don't trust them. So I told him like 5 times, I don't trust them. He's like, okay, whatever. Like, that's what bothers me too, is that like, he just can't listen. Like I said, I washed the dishes by hand. Then he's like trying to say like, oh, there's all this. He's trying to tell me there's stuff on this plate sitting here. But then he wants me to leave the salad on the table. So I'm just getting bothered because it's like, it can't just be a simple thing. Like we eat and then I put away the food. It's like I don't know what he was trying to do. I didn't understand. First he was trying to hang out with me, but then it's like, I'm not going to leave the kitchen like ratchet, especially when, you know, her man's coming over too. So that was kind of weird at first. Then like my roommate comes home while we're eating and she was like, hey, like you guys are eating dinner late. And I was like, yeah. Usually people tell me I eat dinner late. I literally don't care. I'll eat dinner at like 12 midnight and I'll call it breakfast, or, you know, I don't care. But I know it's supposed to be not healthy or whatever. So my roommate comes in and like she's looking cute and I was like, okay, I like your jacket. And whatever. Wow, this guy looks crazy. And then, you know, we actually had like a really nice combo and it was like going really good. And most of it is like, I usually just like, I'm chill. I'm like, hey, did you blah, 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 or, you know, whatever, just kind of small talk stuff. And then, so I guess what George did was like, he was like really interacting with her and like talking to her some more. So basically, in the middle of like our conversation about really random stuff, like it was mostly about where we're gonna live next year, like, you know, just general stuff. We've been talking about like the problems we had like in our rooms and our bathrooms, because they've been doing something with the water and it's been like burning me and then freezing me and then burning me, and they've been turning it on and off and whatever, you know, since I got back. So and then when both of us were gone too. So we just kind of caught up on stuff, you know, we were touching on a lot of stuff. We even talked about religion and like, you know, people who save sex for marriage. I don't know how that came up either, but we went from like that to like what George does with like, what George does, like where he lives, all this stuff, and you know, about how they're both don't have green cards, so you know, they kind of have to work around that when they're getting like jobs and stuff. And so, you know, it was really interesting, like they were talking about stuff together. And then you know, I was talking to them, so then everything was going well. And then I guess I was bothered by this, but I don't know if I would be bothered by it if I wasn't like in this bad mood I've been in like the past few days. But I was bothered by this, that he was like, oh, he was like, oh, yeah, oh, we're talking about roommates. So he was like, yeah, like one time, like I had this roommate and we didn't talk for a long time. And then when we saw each other, it got like really awkward. And I was like, okay, like, you know, like cool story, bro. But then he's like, yeah, you guys shouldn't be like that. Like, I don't want it to get like that. Like, you guys should make sure you like talk and stuff. But it was almost like I told him something in confidence, and then like he said it like it was a problem that like I couldn't address with her. So the reason why this bothers me is because, one, my ex-boyfriend, which I already explained to him, literally like called my mom to try to like do all this stuff. And then I have another story where my mom like called one of my friends, and it's like the worst possible thing you could ever do to me is like tell somebody else what I told you. So I tried to explain to my mom before, when this happened, like that, like now I can't trust you with like anything, because not only is it you're telling like my dad, I'm like, okay, you guys are the parents, but you're telling like my brother, which, yeah, that's my brother. You could keep it in the family, but it was still annoying. But when she took it to like, she took what I said and then went and told someone else, it pisses me off more than anything. And I don't really have like an exception for that. So like, I hate when anyone does that. That's just like a personal preference to me. It almost feels like instead of talking with me about something, you just like brought it up yourself. So that, I guess the one thing I've noticed about George is like he's a little bit like aggressive, like when something like happens, like he always just like jumps up and does stuff. In a way, I do kind of like that, but on the other hand, I'm a very calm person, so it's really hard for me to deal with that. So he brought it up, and I'm pretty sure my roommate doesn't care. Like, my roommate is like, she's cool. The problem I had with her is like, sometimes she would be cool, and then sometimes she would be hella mad at me because I left a fork in the sink or something. That's also why I don't like leaving stuff, because like it causes a problem like that. So, you know, I try to avoid problems, but I also try to compromise. Like, I don't want an actual problem, right? So basically, you know, so he brings that up. He basically insinuates to the fact that like we don't talk, but he's saying like, oh, me and my roommate didn't talk, so yeah, you guys don't do that, like make sure you talk. But I was more offended than anything. Yeah, my roommate just kept the conversation, like obviously like she doesn't care. The problem is not that. The problem is if I had a problem with it, I should be the one to bring it up. It shouldn't be like an indirect like thing, like, oh, it almost looks like to me like I don't know, I feel like if I tell him anything, like he'll go and tell anyone, but he doesn't know like this I think this is just in general. Like people, like I feel like someone might think I'm trying to hide stuff, but it's just like a comfort level, a trust level. It's more like I'm not hiding stuff. It's more like I trusted him with that information, and then I was gonna let him know like if I needed help with it. I didn't like tell him that so he could like go and be like, oh well, like you guys better make sure like you talk to each other. And so like we just kept talking, but he was like bothering me a lot. Like he was bothering me a lot, and I was like, don't let PMS take over. Don't do it. But I think this is like just, it's just how I feel, because I can't stand it. Like this is the same thing as like someone being like, Evelyn Virgo told me like that she doesn't like you, whatever. Like I almost got that vibe. I think I'm scaring the neighborhood. I almost got that vibe because it's just like I don't know, it's just like a violation to me. I don't know what it is. That's all I can call is like a violation. I think it's because in the past I told you I don't trust my mom with like any information, and I don't trust like my significant other. That's just how it is right now. So after we talked to her, she was like, cool, and then she went to go run some errands and stuff. And then so she's like, actually like my boyfriend is gonna come over in a little bit. And then I was like, oh, okay. So I asked George, I was like, do you think we should stay or should we go in my room and just like watch? He's trying to watch some basketball game because his friend is like in college basketball. I was like, cool. So then like I was like, okay, well, what do you think? Like she wants to introduce me to him, but does she want to introduce me to him while you're here? I'm not sure. But I'm really awkward to ask. Like I almost want to just, I don't want to pressure her. So we go in my room, and then her oh, okay, sorry. I skipped where I actually brought it up. So before we went in my room and we were waiting for her boyfriend to come, I told George, like, I was really annoyed by like what you said. Like this is the second time you've said or this is like something that bothers me, but like I want to tell you now before it gets like even more intense, because
I think I mentioned in a vlog before, like, that he said something like, hey, like, he told his roommate or his friend, like, hey, we're just talking about how there's no makeup for black people. Like, I feel like we were literally having a private conversation between us, and then he just, like, told his friend, but it almost seemed like he was telling his friend because it had to do with me being black. Like, it didn't seem like he was telling his, like, I don't know the point of it. That's what I'm saying. I don't get the point of him telling his friend. Like, I don't know if it's like a European thing or like something. No, I don't think it is. I think it's a me thing that I don't like it. So I discussed it with him, and he's like, oh, I feel bad because I wasn't trying to like do that. Then I felt bad, but even right now I'm a little bit angry about it because I just feel like when people meet me, they just feel like they can boss me around. Like, boss me around. My teachers think they can boss me around. My friends think they can boss me around. My teachers. But I'm sure even my roommate has thought that at a certain point. But the problem is that even if you thought you could boss someone around, why would you try to take advantage of that? So that's what happened before that I think kind of makes me more like hesitant about like this type of stuff. Like, maybe I'll get over it, but I think it's just ingrained in me that it like pisses me off. Like, it almost feels like someone is talking about me, and like someone is talking about me and I don't know like what they're saying or whatever. Like, I don't know. I just feel like if we're having a conversation, you don't have to tell someone every single detail of like everything. Like, I guess he's trying to be 100% real. I appreciate that. But it actually pisses me off when other people say stuff that like they probably think is comfortable for everybody, but it's not comfortable for me. And like, that's just how I am. So after we kind of talked about it, I felt better, but for some reason, I feel really angry right now. So, anyways, flash forward to, we're like, okay, we're going to finish watching this basketball game. We'll just go in my room and plug it into my TV. Because he was watching it on his laptop in the living room. Then, like, 5 minutes later, like, my roommate knocks on the door. And she's like, hey, my boyfriend's coming. He really wants to meet you. Like, would you meet him? And I'm like, okay, oh my god, I'm actually kind of nervous. Like, this is actually, like, really cool, you know? I guess here's why I'm nervous. My roommate, like, I guess I didn't explain to George how recent the person I, like, had dated was. Because, like, the last guy I dated, he also met my roommate. So, I don't know. So I don't know what my roommate thinks. Like, I think she's just like, okay, this girl just dates whoever is like in the city. But it's only been him and George. But you know, I have known George since last semester, so it's been a few months now that it's February. So, anyways, we introduce ourselves, and then the first thing that he says is, hey, do you know my friend John? And I was like, oh my gosh, John is this guy in my class who I found out is my neighbor in this building, like in the middle of the semester, even though he was in my class of like 6 people. Like, there's only 6 students and the teacher, and we would always run into each other. But one of the things I remember about him is that he actually ran into me at school. Like, we got close in study groups and stuff, like with the rest of our class. So him and the other girl in my class, not the crazy girl, but another girl in my class, can't remember her name right now, they both, I guess, were hanging around here. And then they came up to me after one of our study sessions for our test, and they were like, hey, I saw you with this guy, and it seemed like there was a romantic atmosphere. And I just started cracking up because I was like, who says romantic atmosphere? But he's Korean, so I don't even think that matters. I think it would be funny either way. I think it would be funny if he was like not from Korea. But we've had conversations about like how like my school is better than his and stuff in Korea, whatever. Even though I only went there for the summer. Anyways, so basically, his friend, okay, so yeah. So basically, that guy saw me with the last guy I dated. I guess I'll call my last ex. So basically, let me explain it this way. When I introduced myself to my roommate's boyfriend and he said that friend, my roommate's boyfriend's friend knows that I was dating this other guy from last semester who my roommate also met. But now my question is, like, do they know that I'm dating a different guy? Like, and are they gonna bring this up because we actually are planning a double date? And I'm just having so much effing anxiety. And then, like, my roommate also said, like, hey, can you kind of keep everything low key because me and this guy just started dating? And I'm just like, what?